Proline Badlands tires, because sometimes the Badland is the perfect land. This tread compound is perfect for outdoor mixed terrain. It bites the dust in a good way while shedding that pesky mud.
What's up, all? So here we are with the Slash doing the Proline Badland tires. These tires come with a series of hubs, so you'll get the bag. I already opened it. And you'll find in the hubs, and unfortunately it's very difficult to read, but I will try and do close-ups of this. The Slash hubs are identified, so you don't have to take the hexes and measure them. It actually says slash front, slash rear. Proline Tires knows a little bit about tires. They went into business in 1983. They were stationed in Beaumont, California, if I remember correctly. They have been making RC tires since 1983. By, 1995, mid-90s. They're already, actually as early 90s. They had a series of wins, and so Proline knows a lot about tires. The best part is you can just tell people that you run Proline. You don't have to tell them it's tires, and they'll get intimidated because you just say you're pro. Kind of works. Anywho, so basically they're tires, great tires. These tires are the M2 compounds. So with Proline, M2 would be your the hardest compound they make. As you go to M3, M4, and I believe they go all the way to M5. I will double check that and fact check that for you. The higher the number, the softer the compound. The softer the compound, the stickier the tire, but the less runtime you're going to get. These particular Badlands have some really sweet knobs on them. They have a pretty soft touch to the hand. I mean, you can feel that the knobs have a certain amount of stiffness to them, but yet there's some give. The tire they're attached to feels kind of soft. I kind of like the compound. I could see where this would do really well with mixed terrain. It would clear out the mud. It would run well in dust. It would also run well in dirt. Now, once you get your hub set up, like I mentioned, you have the Slash front. So these are the Slash rear. You simply take your hub and you'll push it in and you'll feel it lock in place. Once it locks in place, you're golden. So you take your hub, you got it locked in place, you take the included screws and I start them on the outside. So you run them on the outside or the front of the wheel, and as you run them on the outside and front of the wheel, you just thread them in. And then you just run your screws in all the way around, like so. Hex adapter, wheel, basically lining up your hex adapter with the hex adapter, or the hex on the hub. And take my screw. Carefully do a few turns, make sure it feels right. I've actually never cross-threaded one of these. And that's the Badlands tires. And then for a comparison to the Traxxas tires, here's the size difference. You can see the Badlands are just a little taller. Of course, this was a back tire, so it's a little bald. But the width, the Badlands definitely went out in that department. So it should have some better traction. And why don't we take it out in the dirt and see how this rolls. Well, the Badland tires, if you look at the back tires, they've actually done pretty well. I've done some Hoonigan, Gymkhana type stuff, and they held up. The bummer is what we see with the Traxxas build quality. See that little plastic thing wiggling out there? Yeah, it's a $4 part. It's nothing major. But you're buying a nitro truck. This is a short course truck. It should be able to take a little bit of abuse. I jumped it off a curb. And then I did a donut in the parking lot. And it started turning funny. So I thought my servo was going out. I putted it over to me. And the front wheels were going like this. They're going, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm going, what in the world? And then I look closer and I'm like, that is not right. And then I realized that this is broken. So I ordered the aluminum Traxxas steering. Other than that, I would say these tires are awesome. If you're on the fence of getting them, go get them. They seriously make your truck a whole different beast. It's a whole different truck. It performs, it corners, it does everything that you want it to do. Everything that it should have done from the factory. I'm probably going to mess around with the camber angles because I have the camber set kind of aggressively. And I want to make it so the front wheels are a little more level. But I don't know, the thing's been steering great. So maybe I won't mess with it. I don't know. It's going to be trial and error. I'm not happy that the steering broke so easy. Now I could buy another thing. It's only $4. So I guess what you could do is just keep a bunch of these in your bag. But who wants to go out and replace your steering when you're bashing or racing your truck? So I will say I'm still happy with the Nitro Slash. Bang for the buck, it's a decent truck. But as I keep upgrading stuff to the aluminum, it kind of reminds me of my friends who drove Rovers. Sorry, I'm going to pick on you guys a little bit. So you Brits, get some skin. My friends who are big into Rovers, they're like, listen, man, you got to buy one with 100,000 miles because all the bugs are worked out of them. Once you get 100,000 miles on them, they're golden. And I think that's kind of the Traxxas. You got to get a couple hundred hours of run time to get all the stuff sorted out that's going to break. And then hopefully I don't get so sick of the truck that I fix it all and then sell it. But we'll see. So far, I'm still having a blast with it. Tires are great. I would totally recommend doing the Badland tires. So anyway, till we meet again, I really hope you get out, have some fun, and may the Lord's blessing and peace be upon you. Thank you.